The Jaguars, without a doubt, made the biggest splash in day one of the NFL draft, trading up the farm to get Travis Hunter, the do-it-all player who won the Heisman Trophy at Colorado. And I don't feel like the Jaguars got fleeced in this trade by the Cleveland Browns. Travis Hunter could revolutionize the NFL if he is able to play both ways at a really high level. But even if he isn't, what he does for Jacksonville is, one, he's going to put fans in seats. You already have a lot of Jaguar fans on social media talking about how they can't wait to buy Travis Hunter's jersey, how they can't wait to see him play in the Jaguars uniform. He is from the state of Florida. He grew up in West Palm. He moved to Georgia for his high school football career, but he's a Florida boy at heart. So you pretty much bring him home. He's going to be able to play in front of his friends and family that he grew up with. And the second thing that Jacksonville is getting out of Travis Hunter is that with him playing receiver alongside of Brian Thomas Jr., you're going to have one of the best receiving duos in the NFL, which helps out Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, up to this point in his career, he's been a massive disappointment. He was labeled to be a generational quarterback. He was supposed to be the second coming of Andrew Luck, and he's been far from that. He's been really inconsistent, and getting Travis Hunter, pairing him alongside of BTJ, helps Trevor Lawrence take that next step in his career when it comes to living up to the hype. You have Liam Cohen as the head coach, who did a brilliant job his lone season calling plays for the Buccaneers. He also was the offensive coordinator for Kentucky in 2021 when Will Levis had that breakout year and he burst onto the scene. Liam Cohen was a huge reason for that. And with Trevor Lawrence throwing to Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., his chances of having a really big season this year does nothing but increase dramatically. And the Jaguars are a better team today with Travis Hunter than what they were before when they made this move. Plus, you have somebody that not only is going to help address your need at receiver, giving Trevor Lawrence another weapon to throw to, but you also are going to have somebody that can also address a big hole that you had at corner. Cornerback was one of the biggest weaknesses that teams constantly exploited when they played the Jaguars last year. I don't question if Travis Hunter can play both ways at a high level in the NFL. The NFL is home to the majority of the freakish athletes in the world. Travis Hunter is in that conversation. He's a one percenter. He played both ways in Boulder, Colorado, a place that has high elevation where it's even harder to breathe than most states in the country. If you're playing 120 snaps in college with that altitude and that degree of difficulty that it is to breathe, you can definitely play 80, 90 snaps both ways in the NFL. Is Travis Hunter going to be able to hold up throughout the entirety of a 17-game regular season? I doubt it, but it's worth giving him a shot. You just can't drive Travis Hunter with the talent he has playing both positions, cornerback and receiver, and not give him the opportunity to show that he can do both in the NFL. The Jaguars, at least for his rookie season, should allow him to play both ways and see how it works out. And if things don't go quite the plan, how Travis Hunter envisions, then he probably will come to the realization, okay, this is a little bit more difficult than what I initially thought it would be. I'm going to pick a position and stick with it primarily going into my second season. How the Jaguars can use Travis Hunter, there's a bunch of different ways they can go about it. There can be certain games where maybe the Jaguars want to utilize him more on defense than they do offense, and you allow him to start at corner, but you insert him into 20, 30 snaps offensively. And you have a week of install for Travis Hunter to learn, get up to date with what they want him to do that week on offense, and vice versa. If you want to play Travis Hunter more at receiver because you feel like it'll be more advantageous for you based off the opponent that you're going against to have him at receiver more than cornerback, that makes a lot of sense too. Or you either let him play receiver for 80% of the snaps, and you allow him to play cornerback for 20% of the snaps. But no matter what, Travis Hunter is going to be on somewhat of a pitch count. They're not completely going to allow him to play both ways 100% of the game. He's going to have to come out for at least a handful of plays to make sure that he's well rested, to make sure that he doesn't completely get worn out throughout the course of an NFL game. And the Big 12, Travis Hunter didn't face too many NFL caliber wide receivers. But when he did, when he went up against Ted McMillan, he struggled in 2023. And he has struggled against more bigger, physical wide receivers. Guys like DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and A.J. Brown are going to give him a lot of trouble. But if he's able to play cornerback a little bit more, then he'll be able to shut those guys down. But it is going to be a little bit difficult when you're getting guarded against a guy like a Sauce Gardner or Pat Surtain or Christian Gonzalez on offense, and you're running 1,000,000 miles per hour downfield on a lot of routes and you don't even get targeted. Then you have to do the same thing on the opposite side. You're running 1,000,000 miles per hour guarding these behemoths like Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, that receiver. It is going to get hella tiring, and it is going to wear you down fairly quickly. But I'm really interested to see how this works out for Travis Hunter playing both ways. The Jaguars are going to allow him to do so, and I'm happy that he's coming to the city of Duval. There was no excitement about the Jags throughout the entirety of this offseason. What Travis Hunter has done has reinvigorated this city and reinvigorated this fan base. The Jags have had a hard time putting asses in seats for a very long time. Outside of that year when they went to the playoffs, year one under Doug Peterson, nobody was really showing up to these games. You have to find a way to bring some excitement to this football team, and drafting Travis Hunter, albeit they gave up the farm to do so, was the right decision. Not only are you selling more tickets trading for Travis Hunter, but you're also helping increase Trevor Lawrence's chances of living up to the expectations that he had when he went first overall a few years ago. Because now you have him throwing the BTJ and Travis Hunter. That's a nasty receiver duo. This was a necessary trade the Jags had to make. I can't get mad at them for giving up what they are giving up to get Travis Hunter. I feel no matter how his career plays out, no matter if he can play both ways or if he eventually has to pick one position or the other, he's going to end up becoming an all-pro level talent and potentially a Hall of Famer down the road, depending on how long he can last in the league. And if you're getting that kind of player, it's worth giving up necessary draft capital that the Jags did to move up to second overall with the Browns to get him.